Hey, what's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to D. Smith. Let's discuss. Welcome to today's session. Today's session, we have to talk about LeBron James. Is he telling the truth about Memphis? Or he is putting down a black city? I want you to hear what Joe Budden Pod has to say about this situation right here. Welcome to the session. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know.
Memphis, yeah. Did you see? So there's a clip of him. He's golfing with some very rich people, some billionaires and such, and he was basically ranting about Memphis, saying basically I don't want to put words in his mouth. He was trashing Memphis though as a city and was saying the NBA needs to move the team to Nashville. He complained about the hotel. He complained about the city. Now, to be fair, he's not the first person to do that. There's actually a reel going around the internet right now of every NBA player trashing the hotel. The Memphis hotels. So I don't want to make this like it's just LeBron, but LeBron, as the most prominent voice in the NBA and one of the most prominent voices in sports, standing on a public platform and advocating for Memphis, which is such a black city, black businesses, one of the homes of the civil rights struggle, where Martin Luther King was killed. Actually, the anniversary of that is today.
Yeah, it is.
Martin couldn't hoop. To advocate to move to Nashville, to me is whack.
You could have just said you better build a better hotel.
And that's my point. Y'all got think it's you said
I would have already started to build a hotel.
Yeah. Right.
At that point.
Right. And to use your resource and platform for that instead of saying, hey, let's invest in Memphis.
That might be the play.
Unless I'm invested in Memphis.
That might be the play.
Didn't sound like it. I mean
I'm invested in Nashville. I'm sorry, excuse me.
The play might be invested in Nashville. I wouldn't shock me at all.
I might be invested in Nashville. Hey, let's get this team over here.
Which is fucked up. You know what I mean? And the thing about Memphis is, to be clear, Memphis has been divested from on purpose. People in Tennessee, Memphis is the city that gets neglected. It's the city that doesn't get the resources. It's the city that gets shitted on all the time. It's the city that's been punished, honestly, for being a birthplace of civil rights.
Is that why they're getting punished?
It's one of the many reasons. Yeah, you see the same thing in Mississippi with Jackson. And so when this is happening, to see our prominent black stars pile on and show Memphis is not okay.
You know, B.B. King used to live in Memphis.
And Pooh Shiesty.
Look at that. Full circle. Full circle.
Just putting it out there.
I think that's a part of the play.
Yeah, that might be the reason why.
Like, I would be like, now, to bring up the city of Memphis, I'm willing to invest amount of money in the city. And let me name this hotel the James Hotel, full of amenities, et cetera, and I'll pump XYZ amount of money around the stadium and all these other areas. That's what niggas do.
But to play devil's advocate, what if LeBron just doesn't like Memphis?
Yo, y'all, do y'all hear yourselves?
What?
Why the fuck would LeBron do that?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing that.
Why the fuck would LeBron say, hey, you know what, instead of just this one simple solution, why don't we invest in Memphis? Bring Tom Brady and everybody over here. Build the hotel. Build the businesses around. Why would he do that in Memphis specifically is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm going to answer you.
Yeah. The same reason Ratner did it in Brooklyn.
Tell me.
Brooklyn was, by a lot of people's perception, a shithole. It's not very different. And it's a Rothschild thing that says, where there's blood in the streets, guess what you do? You buy property. And so now...
I'm not against the concept. I'm saying, why would he do that in Memphis specifically?
The same reason most people invest money.
To make money.
To make a return on your money.
Why would Memphis be at the top of the list if he was down with y'all playing?
Because you could buy cheap, is what he's saying.
Because you can buy cheap in a prominent city. You could turn that city around and have it come up. You'll look like the superhero that put a bunch of money in this urban, fucked up black city, and now you helping the blacks.
Is there a Grammy for that?
No, it's some spanky for it though, and some recognition, which a lot of these athletes, I don't know LeBron specifically, but a lot of these athletes be looking for some notoriety and some more accolades to be pro-black.
I'm with y'all cause. I'm just also...
Don't say y'all, because I don't...
No, I'm saying
I get the logic of it.
I'm not saying that is what he is doing.
Yeah, I think he's just fucked up.
That could be a play.
And it's like I think he just did something fucked up.
And just spoke on a fucked up a black city in a fucked up way.
Because your point is his voice is too loud for that to be recorded.
Condemn this black
even
city.
if you feel that way.
Right, you sitting in a room full of white billionaires shitting on one of the few black cities in the NBA, like in terms of like demographic and run. You know what I mean? Talk about let's move and go to Nashville. I mean, come on. Everything's in Nashville. He even said if I had been drafted,
he wouldn't play.
He's the only way I'd play in Memphis is if I got drafted, and then I might have done an Eli Manning and not shown up. So this doesn't sound like somebody who's planning to invest in Memphis. It sounds like somebody who's shitting on Memphis.
Some niggas just don't like certain cities, though. To be fair,
Yeah, and I think that you should be able to have that right.
Like, I
But
don't like
advocating for them
Chester.
to lose their NBA team when that's one of the few sources of revenue for a
that
poor
black
city is
That's
crazy.
true. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. If he came out here and said, I'm not, fuck Newark.
He's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has an impact. That's what I'm saying. Memphis is already being neglected. It's already being abandoned. It's already being shut down. And it's a wonderful city with amazing tradition, amazing history. And one of the things they're holding on to is this NBA team. And so for him to say, I want them to lose their NBA team because the hotels are shitty.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
That's some elitist shit for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Just then build a hotel. Build the James Hotel.
Yeah.
If y'all all your NBA players that hate Memphis hotels, invest in one. Build a great hotel.
No, invest in a few.
A few, right? Or build one, whatever you want. You know what I mean? Or don't. You know what I mean?
And then a Starbucks, and then a Whole Foods, and then every single other fucking thing that comes along with gentrification. If you really want to build up these towns,
And then you know what's gonna happen once that happens? The people gonna say, yo, y'all came here, y'all priced us out of here, y'all don't give a fuck about the community because we can't afford shit here because we're, you know, it's you can't win that way either.
Oh, you know how
You can invest in a city though. You can do things to make a city better other than just make a shitload of money, right? And you can still make a shitload of money if that's your thing. You don't necessarily have to choose between those two things in this example, right? I mean, like I'm with you. Some people will never be happy, but I know what will make Memphis unhappy is if they lose another major source of revenue.
That is true.
You know,
because they don't have.
It seems like there's enough money for someone to just build. It doesn't have to be a hotel, but some sort of lodging for NBA players when they come to fucking town.
hotel.
Right.
You can build a dope ass hotel with amenities. I'm sure the land in Memphis, no disrespect to Memphis, I'm sure the land ain't the highest. You know what I'm saying? So if you think that the NFL players don't have proper accommodations, again, I see that as an opportunity in which to make money.
Yeah, I would want to hear from LeBron James, of all people, as a player, as someone who has to visit
Endure
the city. I would like to hear his thoughts on having to come and play in Memphis, but that's kind of where the buck stops, which is why I think it's unfair that his name's being dragged in this. The decision to move a team is not going to be on LeBron James.
no, his name isn't being dragged. He introduced. No one was mentioning him. He.
Well, I know the clip.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that either, Joe. That he got a lot of power, bro.
He has a lot of power.
And if and now some other people might jump on board. To Mark's point, Mark said other players have complained about the accommodations in Memphis. That could be one of the deciding factors to be like, yo, you know what? We out of here.
Yeah, but cities have lost teams for less. We lost ours.
Not for less. Ours was just a temporary spot anyway. What you talking about? The Nets?
Why? I'm talking about the Nets.
In Newark or in
I'm talking about the Nets.
The Nets.
The Nets.
Oh,
That wasn't a
they
temporary
didn't
spot.
want to build them another stadium. That's politics.
They built a new stadium.
The problem with the Nets,
They built a new stadium.
Basketball?
No,
that's why Barclay works.
right.
It's public transportation
public
that gets right there.
transportation.
Madison Square Garden always works because of location. The Meadowlands literally sits in the middle of a swamp.
There's also a lot of people that believe that Memphis should have never had a team.
And that's fine, right? And I would feel
They
less.
don't think I'm shitting on Memphis, but
No,
I'll never
but
say.
we here now, so let's do the best
That's
we
what I'm
can. To Mark's point, to keep this city that might be one of the only bright spots in this dilapidated city. I mean, keep this stadium and this team, and one might be the only bright spots in this dilapidated city afloat.
But what
Don't
if it's
shit
not
on
a,
it.
But what if it's not a bright spot in business?
We don't know that because we don't own the
asked-
team.
that's why I said
I don't know.
what
We don't
if.
own the team.
That's why I
If-
said what if.
If it's bad for business and they have to make a business decision, I can't get mad at that.
True.
But we don't need the most famous black athlete in the world shitting on a black city.
He's right.
Publicly, I'm with
to
you.
do
right.
that because the stakes
He's
are bigger than basketball. I don't.
Sure.
Even if
He's right.
lose the team, get the team, whatever. There's other stakes attached. When you look at what happens in Baltimore, Chicago, Memphis, black cities often become a metaphor for everything that's wrong with America. When they say look at Chicago, they talking about look at niggas.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so when you start repeating the narrative that black people don't deserve beauty, black people don't deserve joy, black people don't deserve entertainment, black people don't deserve recreation, black people don't, that goes beyond sports. And that's why I think it's an irresponsible
That's
choice.
why, to Mark's point, Whole Foods won't really invest in our cities because they do studies. Starbucks wouldn't. Y'all know, y'all crack on me, but I used to work at Subway. So before Subway places a Subway, they do studies on the demo. They do studies on the median income in the region. They do all of that shit to determine if a Subway can go there. The same thing is done with a McDonald's, a Starbucks, and all of those people. And one of the things was, you can't put Starbucks in black neighborhoods.
I believe everything you're saying, but a Subway could go there. He tried
You're a
to
dick,
see.
No, I'm talking about Whole Foods,
Starbucks, Apple stores. Y'all laugh. He used to work at Subway can go no matter the analytics.
I'm not talking about Starbucks, you asshole. I'm saying that all of these companies.
What city Subway think they too good for?
That's a very good question.
I will smack the shit out of Subway.